All right, I've got 6:31. I'm going to call to order this meeting of the Columbus Common Council for Tuesday, September 4th, 2018. Pat, whenever you're prepared, could you please take a roll call for us?
Clark.
Here.
Millar.
Here.
Reed.
Here.
Tylen.
Here.
Tome.
Here.
Hendrickson is excused. Traxler.
Here.
All present.
Thank you. If able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. To approve the agenda. Unless there's any alterations or deletions, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. Any discussion on that? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda is approved. Correspondence and communications. I didn't see anyone signed up back there this evening. Was anyone present that wished to speak at tonight's meeting? I see none. We'll move on to the consent agenda then. We have City Council special meeting minutes from August 1st, City Council regular minutes from August 6th, and the Committee of the Whole meeting minutes from August 6th. Also, City and Committee of the Whole meetings from August 21st. Any questions on that? If there are none, I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion on that? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent agenda is approved. On to new business number 1 then, which is consider and take action on change order number 1 for the 2018 street project. This was brought to the last Committee of the Whole meeting. I think there's a note in here that the change order calculation was $670 over what was presented at the COW meeting, from my understanding. But the total for that change order would be $16,880. Any questions or discussion on that item? If not, I'll take a motion to approve change order number 1.
I'll make a motion to approve change order number 1 for the 2018 street project.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve change order number 1 for the 2018 street projects. Any discussion on that? If none, could we please take a roll call, Pat?
Clark.
Aye.
Millar.
Aye.
Reed.
Aye.
Tylen.
Aye.
Traxler.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you. On to number 2, consider and take action on the proposed CBO Kiwanis Park drainage project. This item was presented at the Committee of the Whole meeting. We had representatives from CBO here to lay out the plans for the installation of drain tile. There is also a letter in here from the State of Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources explaining what is permitted as far as the knifing of the tile. Is there any further questions on this? If none, then I'll entertain any motions from the council.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve the proposed CBO Kiwanis drainage project. Any discussion on that? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Number 3, consider and take action on resolution number 13-18 regarding the street closure on Richmond Street relating to the creation of a school bus loading zone. For clarification in the memo here, it does state that this would only be needed in the afternoons from 3 until 3:30 p.m. At the last meeting, there was a little confusion on that, but this would only be in the afternoon to close off Richmond Street. Any questions, Kasia?
I did receive a phone call today from a resident who lives at 320 Richmond. And just to state his concern, so the council is aware, his concern is mostly that the side street parking is very narrow. Many people are using his driveway as a turnaround. He was kind of concerned that the school hadn't reached out to them to let them know the attempt to make the change and including them in the decision-making process. I don't think all people have kids in the school district, so they aren't necessarily all aware of the videos that were proposed and things like that. So he has some pictures that he sent me that I can share with people. I think in regards to that, my concern with this particular thing is that maybe there's a few more things we may have to add to our resolution. It might make a proposal to consider closing the street. And I wrote Make a motion to approve this on a trial basis with a reevaluation based on follow-up with the neighbors that are directly impacted. And I'm wondering if that's something we as a council can consider.
Any other questions? Okay. I believe the resolution reflects just the closure of that section of street from Richmond Street to the, is it the first private driveway? Patrick?
Right, and it also addresses the removal of the traffic sign at Dixon and Richmond.
Okay.
That previously closed or prohibited the right turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as any additional changes, I guess I don't know the turning radius when they need to turn off headed in that direction north on Richmond, as far as where the parking is, but I think that's a separate issue that could come to the council if there's concerns there about safety or congestion, I guess.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the photos.
I have a question on the photos.
Go ahead.
On the photos, from the perspective, is the resident taking those pictures from their driveway? Because it looked like they were kind of standing in the middle of the road.
I think he told me he blocked off his driveway so they wouldn't turn into it, and then they had to do a Y-turn instead because he was getting tired of people turning around in his driveway.
All right, thank you.
He has two driveways, I think.
With today being the first day of school back in session, I suppose there could be concerns that are revealed that we can address with possibly Department of Public Works if there needs to be signage or parking restrictions in addition to this. What is the will of the council at this point? Andy?
I was just gonna note that, it does say in here that the city of Columbus agrees to work with the school district on this process and make the changes as prescribed in the resolution. I feel like, I think Kasha's concerns and I think I brought this up in that meeting too. I was concerned what would happen at the top of, where those driveways are. I think I'd be in favor of approving this and having some valuation, down the road and see what's going on then. This was just day one, so, people will learn there are other places and other ways to get to the school. So, I would make a motion to approve Resolution 13-18 on the street closures on Richmond.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adopt Resolution 13-18, and I guess what we need to do is, if we hear complaints from neighbors or traffic flows, then we need to address those issues with our Department of Public Works and address it at that time. Any further discussion on that?
Might I make just a suggestion too? I could see if the school district could provide some sort of a report maybe after a month or two, just on how that is working. I mean, if they're gonna have problems, they're probably gonna be coming back to us to adjust some things, but I think it would be good for us to let them know. We'll be sharing the concerns, but also for them just to let us know
Sure.
how it's all working, so.
Yeah, in the event that the school's hearing issues as well. Trina?
I'm just wondering if some sort of sign about residential thoroughfare only from 3 to 3:30 or something like that might help. Just so that people who don't have students that just happen to take that street would get an idea that they should not be going that way at the time, ahead of the bus loading area.
Andy?
Yeah, I was actually just thinking here, I remember that Lieutenant Weiner was going to take a look and decide if we were going to put a barricade closer to the school or at the top of, at the other end of the road, and I don't think we ever heard back on what that plan was. So I think maybe we should look at that, and I like Trina's idea of putting, road closed through traffic from 3 to 3:30 on school days, something like that. But I would probably want that at the top of the road.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the resolution. Any further discussion or concerns? Okay, if none, then all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, thank you. Number 4, consider and take action on the heating issue at the senior center. Kim was here at the last meeting to explain the issues they're having with the furnace that needs to be replaced before winter. There was one bid submitted for the amount of $8,720, I believe. Any further questions on that? If not, I'll entertain motion from the council.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion a second to approve or take action on the heating issue at the senior center, the amount of $8,720 to Taz Heating and Cooling. Any discussion on that? If none, could we please take a roll call, Pat?
Millar,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Tylen,
Aye.
Traxler,
Aye.
Clark,
Aye.
unanimous.
Thank you. Number 5, consider and take action on a request by ACS RBHS LLC for release of a letter of credit for Highland Ridge Phase 2 in the amount of $39,125. This came through the Committee of the Whole for discussion. Didn't seem to be any concerns. Any questions tonight? If not, I'll entertain a motion from the council.
Motion to, okay.
Motion to approve. There we go.
Second.
Motion a second to approve the release of the letter of credit for Highland Ridge Phase 2 in the amount of $39,125. Any further discussion on that? If none, could we please take a roll call, Pat?
Reed,
Aye.
Tylen,
Aye.
Traxler,
Aye.
Clark,
Aye.
Millar,
Aye.
unanimous.
Thank you. Number 6, consider and take action on applications for operators licenses for July 1, 2018 to June 30th, 2020. We have one additional name that did not make it into the packet. The 3 names we have to consider are Margaret Armentrout, Heather Schultz, and Sarah McAlely. Any questions on that? If none, I'll entertain a motion to approve those operators licenses.
Make a motion to approve the new operator licenses for 7/1/18 through 6/30/20, the names you read.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the operators licenses as read. Any discussion on that? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. Number 7, then, consider and take action on the claims in the amount of $432,924.25. Any questions on the claims? If there are no questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims in the amount read.
So moved.
Second.
Motion a second to approve city claims in the amount as read. Any discussion on that? If none, Pat, could we please take a roll call?
Tylen,
Aye.
Traxler,
Aye.
Clark,
Aye.
Millar,
Aye.
Reed, unanimous.
Thank you. Report of city officers. I'll turn it over to you, Patrick, first.
Thank you, Mayor. Quick report on our street projects. The DOT project at 1660 and 151 should be cleared up in a matter of days. I think I saw them out there moving barrels. So the traffic should be free-flowing out there. On the city street project, lots of concrete being installed right now. It's probably the trickiest part of the project because residents need to be out of their properties, and so far really think that things are going well even despite the rains, and appreciate the patience of the residents that are affected. But there we're looking at a couple more weeks yet, but they're making headway and hopefully can keep rolling despite the weather. Speaking of the weather, we are carefully monitoring the rain, the river levels, and its potential effects. We were fortunate over the weekend not to get the rain that had been predicted, and the river levels were okay. There's more rain predicted in the next few days, but we just keep monitoring it, and we've got other plans in place if we need to be. So let's hope that the dry days are ahead. So just kind of a report will certainly make the community aware if certain things need to take place. But we've been fortunate so far. And then lastly, as a resident of Columbus, for my whole life, I just want to just note the closure of the Caldwell Lumber Company, a generational business, and just appreciate what they have brought to the community over the years. So just make that note, and thanking Doug and Tom and their staff over there. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Patrick. I didn't have anything prepared for this evening, but obviously today is the first day of public school in Columbus. There was a lot of congestion around the schools with a few changes now for pick-up and drop-off, and a lot of parents wanting to be present to drop off their children and pick them up in the afternoon. There's a lot of congestion in the area, so just urge everybody to try to be cautious and take some time and be patient when you're in that area. Unfortunately, there was a minor vehicle accident right by one of the crosswalks in front of the school. No one got hurt, but again, that just causes further congestion. So please try to be patient as we start the school year. So anybody else have anything to add up here? Trina?
Oh, I had the opportunity to check out the last of the summer series outdoor concerts over at the Pavilion, and just really impressed with all the hard work the HLPC has put forth into making interesting and fun community events.
Great. Thanks, Trina. Anybody else? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn then.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We'll stand adjourned for a few minutes and return with the committee of the whole meeting. Thank you.